Good morning. Happy Monday. How are you guys today? I am Tanya with Ribbon Branch Crafts, and I'm here every Monday and Wednesday at 8 a.m. Central Time. Today we're with the Bright and Early Crafters, hosted by Debbie's Bright Ideas. And our theme, let me pull myself up here. Our theme for today was how corny are you? And so it was just anything candy corn related. And so I was thinking of what's something a little different that we could do. And so I think what we're going to do today is we are going to do this. This is a little my version of a candy corn inspired pony cupcake. Hey Heidi, how are you, my friend? So it reminds me kind of like My Little Pony in a way. And this is a really fun one to do. I'm going to switch up the colors a little bit because I know that there's two different candy corns. You got the brown, orange, and yellow, and then the white, orange, and yellow. So this was more of like the white, orange, and yellow. Hey Lori, hey Rose, good morning guys. How are ya? So I think we're gonna try to add a little bit more brown in the other one, and we'll see how that one comes out. So I'm gonna set this right here so you guys can see what we're working on. Hey Cheryl, good morning. Yeah, it is kind of dark. It's all dark and gloomy here, so I don't have like that light that normally comes in through the window back there. So, but okay, so what you're going to need for this project is I have another one of these cupcake dummies that we worked on yesterday. And then I have this egg right here. Okay. And then the rest of it is really just clay and a couple toothpicks. And you are so welcome. You're so welcome, Heidi. Yes. It reminds me, like I said, it reminds me of My Little Pony. And I thought it'd be really cute. So hopefully this one will be like, this is my practice one. So we're just going to get right into it. How are you, Rose? Everybody get their coffee? Okay, so I'm going to start off with yellow. You can get this in my Etsy shop if you decide you want to do this project. This is just the regular yellow. Hey, Lisa. Good morning, my friend. How are you guys? Okay, so, oh, I'm sorry. This isn't the first thing that we're going to do. I put this on first yesterday, and I realized it would be a little bit easier if we put the base of our pony on first, because when we put the cupcake uh, wrapper on, we want it to be up a little bit, like sticking out. You know how cupcakes do, so it'll be a little bit easier to do. You've never had coffee ever? Oh my gosh, girl, I need it in my life, I say. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I think we're still going to do the pony orange. Hey, Stacy, there she is. We are making it's like our theme was candy corn, but I was also inspired by like My Little Ponies. So that we're doing like a really whimsical pony candy corn cupcake thing. Hi, Debbie. How are ya? Okay, so yeah, if you do this project, I forgot that I was going to do this. We're going to cover the top part first because, like I said, when we put the wrapper on, I think it's just going to be easier than how I did it yesterday. So we're just going to this is just the regular orange that I'm using. And I think we were supposed to dress up today, and I completely forgot. I'm not sure, but if you see everybody dressing like that, then I apologize because I could not remember. And I don't really have a lot of like those type of clothes. I just have mostly t-shirts and pajama pants, y'all. Seriously. Hey, Maureen, how are you? girl, there she is. So we're just going to cover. If you have this kind of dummy, then we're just going up to the actual where the cake part ends, where you can see on the dummy. Okay, if that makes sense. And then we're just gonna trim our excess off. And then we're gonna just kind of smooth our orange down over our lip just a little bit. So when we bring our wrapper around, it'll cover the rest of that for us. Hey Terry, what are you up to, sis? Good morning. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to go ahead and put our wrapper on, and then we'll go back to the pony part. Yeah, t-shirt and headband. Yeah, yep. I ain't got much. I don't really dress up, or I don't do that. This is me dressed up. I dress up for you guys. Oh, Wednesday is dress up day. Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't know I don't think I have anything. I have to look and see. Okay, so we want this a little bit thick, just so it'll kind of stand up off of our little pony here. And I want this to have a straight edge on it. Oh yeah, doing some schooling. Yeah. My kids were not excited to go back to school. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of tacky glue on the styrofoam that's still showing. Okay. And then I'm going to take the part where I put my straight edge, we want that up, okay? And I'm going to put it about right there, I think. Okay. I'm just going to bring it around. Okay. Then after we do that, just give it a gentle press. Okay, and then now we're going to just trim our bottom. What's everybody doing this weekend or this week? Did you guys have a good weekend? We did. A little bit of a rainy and yucky, and it's really gloomy today. It's a little chilly out there again too, so it's another one of them stay in and snuggle up type of days. Okay, so now we got that. And so this is going to be my back, okay, because it's going to get covered up, so don't worry about that. You won't even see that when we put the tail on. Okay, so now that we have that, then what we're going to do is we're going to go in. I have this tool right here. You can use a butter knife too if you want. And we're just going to start making some lines to kind of make it look like a cupcake. Just going all the way around. And make sure that you push in at the top, because see, you want it to do like that kind of effect. So we're just going to go all the way around. But see, when you put the base on first before you put this wrapper on, see how it looks like my bottom of my pony is a little more like in the cupcake. So, okay, so that's what we got. And again, don't worry about these little dimples and stuff like that you see, because they will smooth themselves out. Okay, so do not worry about it. Hey Rhonda, how are you? Good morning. Hey Cindy girl. Hey Tina. Hey Amy. How are you guys today? I appreciate you coming. Okay, so now the next thing that we're gonna do is I got me a couple of toothpicks, okay, and we're gonna. So this is gonna be the back, which is really it's the side today is our back, and so I want to make sure that my toothpicks come straight up on the other side. Okay, and I'm gonna put 2 in. Okay, so that's what you should have so far. Okay, so now we're going to take more of our orange. Oh, you're so welcome, Cindy. Yes, I love coming and watching you. Hey, Shannon, there's my sweeties. What are you doing today, girl? Okay, so now we're going to do like the kind of the neck part, I guess. And this is just easy too. We're just going to take us a little bit of clay and roll it in a little bit of like a little oblong shape. And we're going to press that on. Okay. So now when we stick our neck on, it will squish down and your toothpicks will go into the styrofoam. Thank you, Maureen. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and cover our styrofoam egg. That's going to be the pony's head. And this is about a 2.5 inch egg that I'm using. Get us a little tacky glue. What did everybody do this weekend? What did you do, my friends? I'm going to be working on orders today, and that's pretty much all I think I will be working on today. Just crafting. Okay, working. Okay, so I'm just wrapping this around, smoothing it out like we do. And, okay, so this is what we got, okay? So now the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to push this down just a little bit so I can put some super glue on. And then what I think I'm going to do, I forgot I did this, but I'm just going to bring this front down just to kind of give it a little bit of that kind of more of a sloped chest look. And then we're going to put on some super glue. And then I'm going to get your head how you want it. Make sure it's fairly straight. Okay. And then we're going to give it a good press. And don't worry about this bulging in the back because all of that's going to be covered up. Okay. Okay. So this is what we got, okay? Like I said, don't worry about this because most of this we're not even going to see, okay? So I hauled out my Christmas stuff and filled two nieces' street, kept all my stuff. Woo! You had a busy weekend, Tina. Yes. Where's the best place to order eggs from? I get mine on Amazon. Seems to be the best place. And that's I've said this before, but I strongly recommend that you get if you're going to be doing this a lot, that if you can have room for them, to get the where you can get a bunch at one time, because it's more cost effective that way. So that's how I do it. Okay, so I'm getting one more ball of clay out, and we're gonna go ahead and start putting her ears on. And for these, this is probably a little less than 1.5 inches that I got here. We'll do our little cut it in half trick. Oh, Maureen said that she got egg shapes from Hobby Lobby after Easter for 90% off. So there you go. There you go. I'll have to go check that out. I didn't know they had deals like that with the foam. Okay, so I just did like a little teardrop shape. Okay. And let me do the other one. Hey, Ma, how are you today? Good morning, my friend. Okay, we're rolling another little cone. And then I just point them a little bit more. Okay, and this is what you should have. Okay. So now the next thing that I did is I took this and we're just going to flatten it into our ear. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Now we're going to do like we do the bear ears. We're going to snip the end off so we have a straight edge. Okay. And then I think that's it for my, I think that's all we're going to need for our orange. And then I'm going to get me another couple toothpicks. And we're going to cut them in half. Make sure that you cut them at an angle so you have two pointed ends. I'm doing okay, Ma. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm a little tired today, but other than that, I'm good. Doing well, my friend. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to put my ears off to the side and kind of back, just put them where a horse's ear would go, and I just kind of hold them up to kind of help me with where I want to put them. And then we'll put you a little dab of super glue, and then we just go ahead and press them on. These are so cute because did anybody watch My Little Ponies when they was growing up? It wasn't my favorite, but I did like I didn't watch the actual show, but I loved the way the ponies looked. I had some of the little toys. I didn't really watch it though, but I love to like their cool little designs and their colors, and I've always really loved bright color stuff. Hey Tara, there's my girl. What are you doing, my friend? Good to see ya. Okay, so there we go. Got our ears on. Okay. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the eyes on our little buddy here. And for that, I'm going to use a ball tool. This is like my, probably like my second smallest size that I have. And we're just going to go in and we're going to make an indentation. Okay. And then just kind of follow. Make us another little indentation. And now we're going to get us a little tiny bit of black. You don't need much at all. Yes, I know. It was, yeah, all of that. All of it, Terry. See, you don't need much, not much black at all. Okay, and then we're just going to roll this in a little ball. Yes, I'm so happy you caught me live too, Tara. You guys, she has been making some of the cooler stuff. If you haven't checked her page out, she has been working on this really, really cool, like Grinch popcorn type decoration. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. So cool. Yes, Bree, you gotta show her, huh? All right, let me make my little, just a little bit bigger, I think. Okay, and so now we have our little tiny balls. We did the cut it in half trick, so we get them even as we can. And then we're just gonna kind of press them, gently press them into that hole that you made. Okay. Now we got our little horsey eyes. Then the next thing that we're going to do, hey Ramona, good morning, is we're going to put like his little snout and his smile or her smile. And so all we're going to do for that is just, we're going to go in this way and then in this way and make like a wide V kind of shape. And I try to use the eye line as my guide. I'll show you what I mean. So do you see how it's kind of like follows the line of the eye? That's how I do it. You don't have to, but that's how it helps me get it somewhat even. And then what we are going to do next is I'm going to take my largest smile tool and I'm going to go in on one side, in on the other side, and then I'm going to connect the two with this tool. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do is pretty much just work on the mane. And I think for the mane, we're going to do brown today because I want to do the other, um, the other version of the candy corns that you see. Hey, Aliana, how are you? It's yours, Bree. They are yours if you want them, hun. They are yours, sweeties. Thank you. I know this is kind of like a little weird project, but I like doing stuff that, you know, um, like it challenges you and it's different. It's just different. Something new. It's not just a regular cupcake. The pony cupcake. Christine! Hey, girlfriend! There's my sweeties. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to show you now how to do the tail. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get me a fairly good bit of my whatever color that you pick for your mane. You can do this in whatever colors you want and they would all be just really beautiful. But I'm just going to roll me like a fairly long cone that's fairly thin on one side and like kind of fat like this. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is find your back, make sure it's straight back from your um, head, and see how I'm kind of tacking it right there and then bringing it up a little bit. Okay, very important. And then I'm going to curl it a little bit, and then press it in. And that's how we'll keep that standing up like that. Okay. And I'm curling mine towards the front. Whatever side you want to be the pretty side is the way that you curve the hair. Oh, thank you so much, Tara. Yeah, I want to try to give people as many ideas as possible to let you know. I mean, I know because me personally, I get bored easy, and that's why I like clay. Um, is because you can literally like have the exact same supplies, the same stuff. You ain't got to buy a bazillion things, and you can do a lot of different things in a lot of different ways. Use it as different mediums, and it's just awesome. It really is. And I'm going to show you, okay, so this one, I'm going to make a little flatter, more of an even log, okay? And then we're going to have it pointed on one end like this. So this is, and it's fairly long, okay? So now, can you see what I'm doing? We are going to curl this. Okay, so I curled it one way. Now we're going to stop, and then we're going to do a little something like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go in right next to the one I just put down. Just tack it on there. And then I'm going to bring it around like this. But you can do these absolutely however you want to, okay? However you want to. Okay, see? This is what I got. So now I'm just going to start filling that hole in that I got. Getting your candy corn on. Hey, Rhonda. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so now the next one that we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a regular, like you're starting a lollipop, but you're just not going the full uh length. Okay, a little something like that is what we want. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in, since this one is shorter, just tack it in, and we want it to have layers to it. We don't want them all to be the same. See how that some of them kind of come up. See, so I got one higher up. I'm liking this brown, you guys. It's reminding me of like a like a Reese's pony or something. Hey, Jamie, what you doing? Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we're just gonna keep on going. And you can do these as thick or as thin, as many curls or not curls as you want to do. However you want to do your pony's tail is, there's no wrong way to do this, okay? Okay, so I'm going to do another smaller one like this. And then I'm going to come in, I think, right here. And don't worry too much about, I'm actually going to kind of pinch this a little bit. And so if it gets a little ugly at the top, which see mine is, don't worry about that because we're going to cover that up too. So do not worry. How pretty would it be to do like a unicorn? Oh my gosh. Hey, BC, good morning. Yes, Aliana, that would be so beautiful. She said do a unicorn. How cute would that be, you guys? With all the colors, and you could put all kinds of sprinkles. Aliana, you got my brain going now, girl. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck this one right here and kind of bring it up, smooth it in. Okay, so this is what we got so far. And I'm going to put one more big curly one right here, I think. So I think I'm going to do my curl a little bit different, and we'll see how this looks. We're just going to experiment right now, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to start rolling me a lollipop here. And then I'm going to, let's see, how do I want to do this? And then I'm going to start, and then we're going to roll the opposite way. So we get like this little S kind of shape, okay? And then that, I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to kind of tuck it right there. And I know it's not attached to the back, but like I said, you're covering this up, and this is just the illusion that we're, you know what I mean? So just remember, this is like, you know, use your imagination. It does not have to be absolutely, you know, how a horse's tail attaches. Just as long as it looks kind of like a horse, that's all we care about, okay? So do not worry. Okay, I think I'm going to do one more swirl here. I'm going to put maybe right there. Sure, why not? And then I'm just going to kind of tuck that in behind. I think I'm going to do one more. You need better cake dummies. Yeah, I got Amazon. I get all of mine from Amazon. So all of that stuff is there, my friend, if you're looking. That's what I have found to be the most cost effective way to get them. So okay, I think that's it. I'm going to put one more little curly cue right at the top here, and then we're going to call that good on the tail, and then we'll start working on her pretty little mane. And now this one I want to kind of stick up a little bit, I think. But you do this however you want, whatever you think is cute, okay? So this is what I got for my tail. Just a cute little chocolate tail. I'm going to add some little stuff to this, and I'll show you here. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start working on the mane. So my base is I did a few of the S shapes and then just kind of filled it in from there. Yes, Amy. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Amazon will ask me, uh, do you want to add this to, or have this delivered this day instead of that day? And I'm like, I pay Prime to get the 2 days. Thank you very much. Give me, but it tries to make me not. Does that happen to anybody else? And I was like, is it because I'm ordering so much? But still, they shouldn't be asking me that. I'm already paying you people. Okay, so I'm going to put one just kind of slanted behind his ear. That's just that little S shape. Super easy. Let me get some more. And this is, I'm using the coffee bean, the dark brown. That happens to you too, Rose? Yeah. I'm like, why are y'all even asking me that? You're already making me pay. Isn't that what we're paying for? Is that 2 day thing? That's what I thought it was. But they ask you that too. Oh my gosh. Not going to deter us. We know to check now, don't we, girls? They want to ship more in one box, but I let them do more. It's free either way. Yeah, that is true. I think I'm just impatient. Probably what it is. Okay, so we got our next little S shape, okay? And we're going to put this on the other side. Okay, so now we got that started. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do another one of our cones that's thicker on one end, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to start, I go probably like right between the eyes, and then I bring it down, and then we're just going to kind of curl it up like this. But again, you can do this however you want to. Totally up to you, okay? This is just to give you an idea. Nothing. Nothing. He's helping me. He's packing orders for me right now. You guys, he's been so supportive, and it's just amazing how God works things out where, you know, um, if you think something yucky is fixing to happen in your life, just hold on and watch God, because he works in the most mysterious ways, and it's pretty amazing. Okay, so I just did the curl one end, and I have my other end here. And then all I'm doing is just going to kind of put one on one side here. Give this a little press. And then I'm going to put one on the other side. Well, I was saying that to say, because with, you guys know he's on furlough right now, because actually Amy and my husband, they work together. So they're both, same thing happened to them. And it's just the way that it lined up for my family personally, and, with the business and stuff, doing everything. It just, it's just amazing. It's just amazing the way that, you think something yucky is happening, and nope, could not be further from the truth. Okay, so I got my other one right here. See what we got, like a little mane. I'm going to do another one, and then we're going to do a couple on top to go ahead and fill that in. Yes, yes, amen, amen. That's right. It's crazy. Just goes to show, just when you think you know it all, nope. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go straight down in the middle here, and then I think I'm gonna curl one just like that. I'm gonna put one more on this side, and then we'll do a couple little S's for our for the face, for the main part that comes down. Okay, so that's what we got. Okay, nice, whimsical, flowy pony girl. Okay, so now to finish off the mane. Yeah, Yes, Tara. Watch this. So funny. Thank you, BC. Yeah, that's what was inspired me is because Debbie said, corn, like some sort of candy corn. And I just didn't want to do like a regular old candy corn. I want to do something fun. And for some reason, I started thinking of My Little Pony and like all of the, you guys know them, like they're super crazy colors and so pretty and fun to look at. Um, and I was like, oh man. And then I got to looking on Pinterest, and sure enough, I found some clip art, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, there it is! So cute." Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm just gonna let's see. Do I want the smaller side? We're gonna go like that, and then I'm gonna put one on this side. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Cheryl. God will always bless and provide for his children. Amen. That is so true, BC. So, so true. The problem is, we tend to lose our faith quicker than he's wanting to work sometimes. It's like, and for me personally, I have learned that, he's wanting, I have not learned my lesson yet to get out of it, whatever it is that I'm praying for. He's like, well, did you learn what I'm trying to teach you yet? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just going to put one just kind of up just a little bit from my first one that I put down. I'll show you. See, looks like a little swirly chocolate goodness, don't it, y'all? Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do, pretty much it, you guys. And now we're just going to be decorating. But you can do these, and this has got me thinking like Reese's peanut butter cup. Now I didn't even think about that, but putting the brown on there is like, yeah, there we go. But you could do like a crunch bar one would be cool with the blue, or just let your mind run wild, or try to do some of the My Little Pony characters, but make them like a cupcake and put your own little spin on it and how fun, you know. Love these. Gotta make one for my image. Oh yes, yes, you guys. Hey Renee, how are ya? That reminds me, Renee, I got your strawberry shortcake. Anybody that has ordered one of the characters from me, they do take a while to dry, and so anybody that's still waiting, I want to let you know those are going to be shipping tomorrow, okay? But they take way longer to dry than a lot of the other stuff that I do, but that will be out to you tomorrow morning, my friend. Grandbaby got here early today. Oh, congratulations. Thank you. Oh, yes, BC. Here we go. He named her. This is Reese, our little pony, our little craft pony, y'all. Okay, so now I don't know. See, I put the little dots and stuff. I think I might have over decorated this one. So I think we might just leave the dots off of this one. And but I'm going to show you, I do want to put some little faux dots on our mane. I did like that part, but I think I might have went a little crazy. Oh. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you. Okay, so all we're doing for this, thank you, Debbie. Yay, Renee. And I am sorry about that. I'm trying to get my timing down because I haven't been making these to order very long. So I'm realizing like they're taking more like 3 or 4 days to dry. So just FYI to anybody that's ordering one, I'm not, they're just taking forever. And I even have a fan going that whole time too. So it's just a lot of clay that has to dry is what it is. So, and I don't want to send them to you guys and then they're like half smushed. You know what I mean? So, okay. So all I'm doing is just getting some tiny little balls and boop, we're just going to dab them all through the mane and the tail. Thank you, Lisa. There's no such thing as over decorate. Okay, you guys are on my wave. Like, okay. But I thought these little they look real 3D kind of sprinklies, and they look super cute. And then I'm gonna show you after we get some of these on. I used the two tone cream clay is how I did these little swirls. You can see them all through, and that came out really cool too. So I'm gonna show you. You need to see the strawberry shortcake. Okay, I'll pull it out. Actually, I can pull Renee's out because I got hers sitting right here in front of the fan. And I'll go grab it for you guys and show you. I sure can do that. Let me get my little dots on here. Hey, can you do me a favor, babe? Can you grab? Yeah. Here. Can you grab that strawberry shortcake right behind you? The one sitting right there. Yep.
You didn't have a cookie dough already weighed out in 100 grams, do you?
Sorry. This is the strawberry shortcakes. So see, I just gotta draw her. When she's dry enough, I'm gonna draw her little details on, and then she'll be ready to go. But this is the strawberry shortcakes. But see, it's all the clay, and especially this underneath part, um, is what's taken so long to dry. So, but yeah. I forgot the boop. Boop, boop. Is that what you're talking about, Cheryl? Okay, and these you just put, just random like you would sprinkles, you know what I mean? Just kind of wherever it makes you happy to put one. That's where you should put one. And we're going to put some orange ones on here too, I think. And I'm not sure, should I put some white ones on too, y'all? What do you think? Thank you, Jennifer. You guys think we should put some little white dots on here too? You let me know. Yep, that one's yours, Renee. I just got it. Like I said, I'm just letting her dry up a little bit more so I can put the details on. And she will be out to you in the morning. Okay, let's see. I think it looks really cool too because it reminds me of I don't know, like almost like little beads or jewels in her hair kind of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there and then we'll just see. We'll add more. I think I'm gonna put one more on top here. And then we'll see what it looks like after we get some of our orange on. Okay, I'll put that. Okay, you got it. Here we go. I actually like the idea. BC said cream, so what about sugar cookie? I like that because it'll keep like the kind of more neutral look. Let's try some sugar cookie. See how that comes out. Hey, Vicky, how are you, my friend? How are you? Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and put some of these on. Oh yeah, I like that. That actually reminds me of the Reese's filling. You know what I mean? Yeah, fall colors. Hey Trina, what you doing, girl? What are you doing, my friend? Aw, thank you, Lori. Are you Girl, I get like that too. I get to watching people that I like watching too, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally did nothing today. I'm glad you guys enjoy being here though. And I'm glad you guys like it. That's the whole goal is I want to inspire you, to kind of push yourself creatively and just show you all the different ways. Like the possibilities are literally endless with clay. Whatever clay you use, whether you use polymer clay, air dry foam clay, real, the real clay, um, the porcelain clay, all of that. There's some cool stuff out there. All right, let me put a couple of these on and then we'll do some orange. Oh, yes, that would be pretty. BC said you could, if you had mica powder, do like a little glitter dusting or something. That would be really cute, especially if you're trying to, you know, kind of channel the My Little Pony vibes. That would be cute. Well, thank you, Trina. Thank you for hopping on and saying hi. I hope you have a wonderful day at work, my friend. Where do I get my big butt? Maureen, it's the clay that I sell in my Etsy shop. It's the 1,000 gram bags. Yes, ma'am. You can get it in I have 1,000 gram bags, 100 gram bags, like the sample size, and then the normal 500 gram bags for you all. Okay, so I think we're good on our sugar cookie. What do we think? We liking the sugar cookie? I'm liking it because it's bright, but not too bright. Super cute. Good call, BC. Okay, so now we're going to go in with some orange. And then I'm going to show you super quick after we get these on how to put some of the little cream clay on if you want to. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Cheryl. Thanks for coming to hang out today. Wonder if it's supposed to rain all day here. It looks like it's pretty gloomy gust day today out there. Didn't check the weather yet today. Thank you, Tina. Okay, so this is what the orange is looking like. So cute. Doesn't it look like little candies or something in her hair? Hey, Donna. Thank you, Cheryl. Yes, Maureen, I sure do. If you ever want to message me if you have any questions, yeah. Hey, Karen. Oh, yes, ma'am. If and anybody who's wondering, Karen said that she doesn't know anything about cream clay. I do have if you go to my YouTube channel, there is a tutorial and it's the s'more candle trio. Okay. And you can get some of the information and I use 3 different colors. In that tutorial of the cream clay, and then I kind of talk about it to show you guys what to do. But really, it's essentially, Karen, just treating it like you're decorating an actual cookie or a cupcake or whatever. And, you know, that's really, there's nothing to it. It's super easy and it gives you a great 3D effect. If you've ever used fabric paint before, it's a lot like that, only it keeps its dimension. Like, see how high up that's sitting? Like, that's what it does. Unless you purposely, like, smush it in, if you don't push it in while you're going, yeah, it stays up pretty high and it gives a really cool effect to whatever it is you're creating. Okay, so I think we're good on our little dots here. So this is what we got, y'all. Okay, got our little Reese's Pony Friend. Okay, so now, since we got a few minutes left, let me show you. Hey, Mary. Bless you too. I hope you have a fabulous, blessed week too, my friend. Oh, really quick, I forgot to put the bow on. That is just this mold. I got this off Amazon. If anybody's wondering, you can use any one you want though. I just used this one because it was this is the biggest one that I have at the moment. So, and I'm just putting a little bit of cooking spray in here, and I think we're gonna go with the sugar cookie for the bow. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh, are you? That sounds fun. That sounds fun. BC said he's doing a workshop if anybody wants to go check that out. Okay, so there we go. This is the bow that this mold gives you. Okay, and then I'm just going to turn it around so I can make sure I put it on. Right. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Y'all can do this, okay? Okay, so now let me show you. And then the rest of it is just if you want to add sprinkles. I just used my paint markers when it was completely dry and added, my little designs or whatever you want. That's all you do for that part. But for the cream clay, let me show you. So you get, if you do get this, you get a storage bag. And then you get a bag within a bag. So just like, a piping tip or whatever. And I do have a tip in this one today to show you guys. But this is the two-tone white and yellow that I'm using for this. See? Okay, so now I want to make sure that my colors are up. Okay? See how I can see both my colors? This is just how I do it. I don't know if there's a better way. I'm not a baker, so I don't know. This is just how I do it. Okay? And I'm not going to go around like I did on the other one. I'm just going to do some random little swirls here and there. And that's all you do. You just pipe it out just like you would a cupcake. Nothing to it, y'all. I'm going to put one right here. Okay. And you do not have to do this part if you don't want to. If you like it just the way it is, you absolutely do not. Okay, Trina, have a wonderful day. Super, super cheap. Cheryl said, Debbie, do you have a bow mold? She's got one. A bow mold if anybody's looking for a bow mold. Okay. And then I'll put one right here. And this is just where you want to do it. I think I'm gonna put one right here by his neck. Put one on the other side. And I think I might call that it. Maybe I'll put one more right here. Don't want to add a whole bunch because I don't want to take away from the pretty little swirls that we just did. And that's what I was worried I did with that. Like I did too much. And yeah, have a great day, my friend. Be careful. And then I am going to put this is the number 4 Jimmy mix that I'm using. It's just the orange and the white. And I'm just going to put little sprinkles in these. They're wet, so they stick, and they stick It's not like spackle where you have a hard time getting them to stick. This stays pretty wet, so that's another good thing about using this, if you want to try it. But I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my little sprinkles and stuff. But don't forget, with the bright ideas or bright and early crafters today, is actually let me look at my let me read to you the lineup for the day. We have, because we've had a few changes, so okay. So up after me is Marisa with Das Craft Boutique, and then we have Debbie's Bright Ideas. Then I'm Snow Crafty with Christine. Then I believe the Betsy, she's taking another break this week. She's been really super busy with her new adventure. And then we have another break. Then we come back at 2 p.m. Central Time with G Ma's Workshop. Then Shay's Creations, That's So Cute by D. Then we have Cultivating Keepsakes with Eden. Home for Every Season with our beautiful Maureen. And then closing us out is Glitzy Yaya with Michelle. So we have wonderful people every week, every Monday and Wednesday. And so I encourage you, hopefully, you can hang out and stay with us throughout the day. And I hope you have fun watching. And I would love, if you decide to make this, please send me pictures because I love seeing things that you create that have inspired your designs and stuff like that. So I hope you have fun. I love you all. Never ever forget how much Jesus loves you, okay? And about my hair, what about my hair? You read the statement about your hair, wear it down one day for people to see how long it is. I actually did wore it down the first few times that I was live. I had my hair down, but you guys, it was getting so annoying. Like you'll see I'm flipping my hair the whole time because it keeps getting in my way. but uh but I hope you guys have an absolutely fabulous day. Thank you so much for hanging out. I love you. Never ever forget how much Jesus loves you, okay? And let's hop on over and see what the beautiful Marisa is doing today for her craft. Bye, guys.